Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the lounge. Glad to be here once again, as always. And I'm really thankful for having all you all. I know last night we had a pretty rough night. You know, a lot of things were said, a lot of things went on, a lot of commotion. And you know, what do you do? What do you do? There's always, you know, there's always going to be that one person or whatever that, you know, doesn't agree. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see anything wrong with somebody having a different opinion or not agreeing with what you do or not agreeing with what I say or not agreeing with who I am. It's life, and that happens, you know. But there's a point to where you know that, okay, I don't agree with him, but I'm just going to speak that I don't agree. I'm not going to throw him to the dirt or whatever. So just remember, guys, that people will always have different opinions. It's not always going to be about everybody having to agree on everything that they do, because that's not how life works. Life is full of opinion. It's full of different philosophies. Nobody will ever be perfect, and everybody will never, ever will we ever all agree on the same things. Okay? So, anyways, I want to get on with the main point of this video. Just because I know that if, you know, there's people that they don't care who you are. They don't care. Now, I'm not saying anybody particular. I'm not pointing out nobody particular. I'm not putting nobody in the chair here or on the stand. But I'm just saying, at one point or another, there's always that one person that doesn't care what they say to you, what they do to you, or how they make you feel. Their main priority at some point will be to do nothing but cause problems or start trouble or create chaos. Something that the lounge does not deal with very well. I don't deal with chaos, and I don't deal with destruction, and I don't deal with watching anybody being destroyed, because that's just how I am, and you guys know that. All of my newcomers, all the new supporters, and even the old supporters, they all know I'm not about the drama. So I would like to take you back over 20 years ago. And the reason I'm doing this is because someone ever says, oh no, he done this. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, because I'm not ashamed to tell somebody about my past. I've told everything else. I've told how I've dropped out of school. I told how I done drugs. I told how I drank. I told how I wouldn't accept me being blind. I told how if anything, I was never wanting to be around anybody that was even blind. I've told all them things because that is who I am. Or that's who I was, rather. I said that wrong, because that's not who I am now. But that is, my whole intention is so that you know me. You know what I've been through. You know the struggles that I've faced. The challenges that I've come across. The changes that I've made in my life to better my life so that I can better other people's life. That is my main goal. That has always been my main goal since I've gotten my shit together a long time ago. When I had and went and got my ex-wife pregnant, that was the day that I said I was going to change everything about me and everything that I did and everything altogether. And I did it. I changed it. And it was not easy. It wasn't easy for me to get my diploma. It wasn't easy for me to go back and get that stuff done, especially with me being blind, because I had to have special help with studying. I had to have help with reading tests. I had to have help with everything. But if I would have followed when I was a kid, that was all there already at the school I was going to. They had everything there. I learned Braille. I learned how to use a screen reader. I learned all that, but I threw that away. That's where that mistake was made. But anyways, real quick, because I'm not even at my story yet. I got my diploma. Went back and did all that. And of course now I'm in college, but within from now, in between now and 20 years ago, I did all these things to better my life. But I knew that when I got her pregnant, I knew that it was my responsibility to be the best of the best when it came to being a father, when it came to caring for my children, when it came to taking care of the responsibilities that I had. And I even married her. I wasn't ready to be married, but I did it. I did it because I was taught that's the right thing to do if you get someone pregnant. But then I got out of that marriage because of mental abuse and all kinds of stuff. But I got out of it much, much later when my kids were old enough to understand. I wanted out real soon, but I didn't do it. I wrote it out. I wrote it out for over 10 years because it was the right thing to do. I was looking out for them, not me. Right? So anyways, I'm going to the main story now. And if anybody still wants to judge me for that, go ahead. Go ahead. So, the first thing that I did was went to a party. I was underage. I was only 19. Went to a party. It was me and there was all kinds of people. There was even people, I think that was like 17 at that party. We all was drinking. I got a little bit of, it was a little bitty, it was like a misdemeanor or something. So I got in trouble for that. Then the next thing that occurred was when I had purchased stolen property. I got my own place, purchased stolen property and all this, and I didn't have a job, so I didn't have no money, right? The only time I had money was whenever I was dealing with marijuana and stuff like that. I'd sell a little bit to make a little money to get by, put food on my table, and But anyway, the bad thing of all that is when I was getting all that stuff, it came back, and the stuff was hot. Okay. Now here's the unfortunate part, and there is no other way to put it because it's the way it was. It's the way that and there's nothing I can do about it other than move on with my life like I did. Which for 10 years I had not even knew that it was still even on my record. I went to do something and it came back and said, hey, well, you got a felony for burglary. Burglary! Now, the record claimed that I drove from one town to the next. Guys, I've never done driving like that. I've been behind the wheel of a car, but not like that. Not like that. Maybe going from one parking spot to the next within my own driveways or whatever. So, anyway, they ended up being on there. And it took a lot of money. Unfortunately, a long time to fix that. And that is about just now. This is how long it's taken to get this taken care of. But it takes a lot of money. Just now, I'm just now able to get that taken care of. But for the longest time, I had no clue about it. Now, I told Blue Wings too about it. I said, look, it was a raw deal. It was unfortunate for me. There was other people, and I'm not going to put nobody's name out there because it's done, it's over with, and I'm not going to. There's nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. Some might say, well, you can go back to court and tell them, look, this is not the way it happened, and whatever. Well, it's been too long for that, and any lawyers say just get rid of it and go on. So that's what is the easiest thing to do. But anyways, that's it. That is it. There is nothing else and I'm not claiming to be perfect, but there's nothing else. That's it. So, and the reason I'm not, now listen, I know that I don't have to do this. I didn't have to say anything about it, but I did because I thought, well, at first I didn't even know what the hell anybody was talking about when they said this dude was going to try to pull this up. Go ahead, pull it up because it's the same thing that I just told you all. So if that's what he's going for, go for it. Because that's it, bro. That's it. I believe it was Chris, I think it was you or it was Sarah, one of you, that said, you know what? We all have a past. And that's right. We all do have a past. Now, if I was immature and if I was this, low down person, I'd be out trying to dig on this dude. What can I get? Oh God. Oh God, give me those papers. Oh fuck, I got you now. Oh shit. You stole a candy bar at Granny's Corner. Oh shit. But I'm not that guy. I'm a guy of peace. I'm a guy of kindness. And I'm a guy that loves to just get along with everybody that I can. And the way I see it is this. If anybody wants to hold that or say, well, now I can't support you because of what you did 21 years ago, you should have never bought that stuff in the first place, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's what happens when you think you can trust people. And that's what happens, and it's a good example to show you that no matter how close a person is to you, that can happen. Now, I've got a best friend out there, and he'll tell you the same thing. That's it. Plain and simple. And again, I didn't have to come and say nothing. I never thought of it, I never thought of it. Just never thought about it. I mean, now I'm sure a lot of people's, had things like that in their life, things that really wasn't that as big of a deal as what, it was at that time or whatever. And it just slips, you just don't think about it. It didn't seem like something that I needed to explain to anybody. But I'm doing it just because that way no one can say, well, you never told us about that. Well, now I did. The one thing is, I don't never want to have anything that someone could say, well, you're not telling them about this or that. I mean, come on. It's bullshit. And honestly, BBY, I don't know you. Like I said before, I don't know you. And I'm not going to let this be a problem every day. And I'm not going to argue with you every day. But you all didn't like it very much when I don't even know who it was. But you didn't like it when somebody was making fun of you having a speech impediment. And I don't think that's funny either, actually. But it's kind of silly for you to want to do anything to me when you get so bothered when someone does something to you. You should think about that. Everybody has a past. And it's the only thing to do is move on. And that's what I did a long time ago. And, it is what it is. last night was pretty crazy, wasn't it? There was a lot of people in and out. There was a lot of messages that I was told about. I didn't see it because when I'm using my voiceover, it's if I'm not fast enough, it'll go off the screen, and then I don't see it. I also want to say this, because I don't know anything about anybody else, what they do or what they're doing, but what I do know, and no, I'm not worried about it anymore. It's done. It's over. It got taken down. Even though apparently I was told there's other channels that got made that are fake using my picture, But it was that one that's the only one that really bothered me because of it saying, blind, B-A-S-T, you get it, right? But the reason for that is just because I have a past with being called that for over 10 years. But I have no problem with anybody. I want to make that clear to everybody out there. I have no problem with anybody. The only thing I want to do is make you guys smile and help people if you're having a bad day. Give opinions the best that I can. And try to coach people the best that I can to do better. And to do the best with their life that they possibly can. And to make their life the best life that they possibly can. I have no confrontations with anybody. With anybody. But this shit with you, BBY, this needs to be squashed and done, bro. Because, honestly, I'm tired of going back and forth with you. I mean, you won't come to me and tell me what the problem is. So, evidently, you're just doing it for the attention. I don't know what it is. And then let me also say a message out there to Rabbit. Rabbit. I know that you have a disability. The same exact disability that I have. The umbilical cord wrapped around my neck. And that decided my future with my eyes. But it didn't decide my fate. Or my choices of life. And I am very, very, very thankful. And it makes me feel so good to know that I have inspired you to do things in your life. And I know that there's problems going on with you and Amy. I don't know exactly what. But guys, let's think about this. Instead of you being so tore up and so broken down, there's always a way to make things better. You got to remember that, brother. There's always a way to make things better. And I don't hate you neither, for the record. I don't hate you. I mean, I don't know you other than, a couple times that I did videos or whatever, and then even after that, I realized that, okay, they're talking about you, talking about him, okay. But anyways, when there are problems like that, there's always a way to reach out to somebody. And this is the way I see it. And this goes for Rabbit or anybody at that. If you got a problem with someone you don't like that might come in the lounge or that might be part of the lounge, I don't block nobody unless they come in the lounge and start saying horrible things. That's just not me. I don't do it. So if there is a problem with somebody, that problem needs to stay where it occurred. And I guarantee you it didn't take place in the lounge. I guarantee you that, because we don't do the drama. We don't do it. And people might say, no, you're not. The ones that don't, the trolls, whatever. But I am a person about honesty and being loyal and being truthful and positive. And I'm a person about helping other people have them same qualities in their life. Because they are qualities that just should never be ignored. When there's a problem going on in your life, you gotta sit down. Even if you can't do it in your head, do it on paper. If there's a problem in your life, you need to write down solutions, things you can do to resolve the problem the right way. You know, for example, instead of sitting there and calling a person every name in the book, scratch all that out, move it to the bottom of the page, and go back to the top and put a better solution. Email somebody, call somebody, or do a video, a response video. There's better ways to contact people instead of all that, because Rabbit, I bet your blood pressure was through the roof last night. And you know, like I said, I don't know what happened, but I don't hate you. That's a fact. Guys, I don't hate people. I just don't hate people. That's not me. I might act silly sometimes, you know, and say stuff, but when it comes down to being, you know, without acting goofy or anything, I don't hate people. That's just not my style. Yeah, sure, I'm sure I've made mistakes in my life. Who hasn't? And let me clear one more thing up. For the person that said that I was crutching my blindness, I'm not crutching nothing. I don't expect nobody to do a damn thing for me when it comes to my blindness. I expect people to do things for me because they want to, not because they need to feel sorry for me. And the people that support me, they support me because they care about me. They don't support me because I'm crutching. I don't make my blindness an excuse. My blindness is no excuse. It's reality. It is reality. And until you're walking and standing in my shoes, you got no right to judge me and say that I'm using my blindness as a crutch, because I never have. And yes, that does bother me, because I'm not that kind of person. You go back, I've done so many videos in supporting people that have disabilities, or that are depressed, or that feel like they can't do better in their life. That is my platform. That is what I do. I don't make excuses, and I don't use my disability for any reason. If anything, I'm walking around. Okay? I'm walking around the problems because of my disability. I don't let my disability get in my way. I still do my best. I give it my best, and I do my best. And everybody knows that. Every single supporter that we have here at the lounge, new supporters or supporters have been here from the beginning. Anyways, guys, there it is. I wanted to share it with you. And I don't believe that any of you are going to be like, oh, well, screw that. I'm not watching him no more. Not watching him. There's always a solution. And I don't want to do anything to destroy my relationship with you guys. I want to keep it honest. And I want to keep it sincere. And I hope that I can continue to change people's lives. Josh Bapes, Thank you for your supporting words, brother. Sarah, Christy. Christy is a new subscriber, and she said that she really enjoys being a subscriber. And Christy, that means the world to me. I'm so grateful for having all you guys. One person sent me a message and said this is all just a temporary thing, that people's going to leave. That people's going to leave once all the drama is over because of this person or that person. Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe you guys will leave me. I mean, yeah, would it hurt my feelings if everybody left me? Sure it would. But I would have to stay strong and move on. But I don't think you guys are that way. Guys, if you got any questions, please put them below. I also always share that link for the donations. And I share the link to follow me on Twitter down below. I love you guys. You guys have really made a difference in my life. And I hope to make one in yours. I'll talk soon.